My dear friend, if you have woken up this morning feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, I want you to know that you are not alone. There is a silent battle that begins for so many of us the moment our eyes open, long before our feet touch the floor. It is the battle against the lingering exhaustion from yesterday, the anxieties about the day ahead, and the quiet nagging feeling that we are not enough to face what is coming. The alarm clock sounds not like an invitation to a new day, but like the bell for another round in a fight we feel we are already losing. You may be carrying burdens that no one else can see, the weight of responsibility, the ache of unspoken grief, the pressure of expectations, or the sting of a disappointment that refuses to fade. You put on a brave face for the world, you smile, you go through the motions, but inside, your soul is weary. Your spirit feels drained. You are running on empty, and the day has barely begun. This is the strategy of the adversarial force in our lives. It seeks to defeat you in the quiet moments of the morning, to whisper lies of inadequacy and fear into your heart before you have even had a chance to arm yourself with truth. It wants you to believe that today will be just as hard as yesterday, that your struggles are insurmountable, and that you must face them with your own dwindling resources. It wants to convince you that your strength is a finite well and that it is already running dry. But I am here to tell you that there is a different way to begin your day. There is a source of strength so profound, so limitless, that it can turn the tide of this morning battle before it even begins. It is a strength that is not found within you, but is offered to you. It is a power that does not depend on your feelings, your circumstances, or your own capabilities. It is the very strength of the Creator of the universe waiting to be poured into your spirit. This morning, we will not fight this battle with our own power. We will not try to muster up courage we do not feel. Instead, we will do something far more powerful. We will pray. We will turn to the unfailing source of all strength and invite His power to become our own. This is not just a morning ritual. It is the most important decision you will make today. It is the choice to stop striving and start surrendering. It is the choice to exchange your weakness for His infinite might. So take a slow, deep breath, release the tension in your shoulders, quiet your mind from the demands of the day. In this sacred moment, let us approach the throne of grace together and ask for the strength that changes everything. We have been taught by the world that strength is a matter of self-reliance. We are told to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, to push harder, to never show weakness. We build our lives on the foundation of our own abilities, our own intellect, and our own resilience. And for a time, this may seem to work. We can handle the small challenges, we can navigate the daily tasks, we can maintain a facade of control, but then the storms of life arrive. The diagnosis we never expected, the loss that shatters our world, the failure that humbles us to our core, the season of relentless pressure that drains every last ounce of our energy. It is in these moments that the illusion of self-reliance crumbles. It is then that we discover the profound truth. Our own strength is not enough. Relying on ourselves is like trying to draw water from a well that is destined to run dry. We can only give so much, endure so much, and carry so much before we break. This is a journey of exhaustion. It is a path of constant anxiety because we know deep down that our resources are limited. We live with the persistent fear of the one challenge that will finally be too great for us to handle. The adversarial force loves when we operate in our own strength because it knows our limits. It knows that if we rely only on ourselves, it is only a matter of time before we grow weary, discouraged, and defeated. It celebrates our self-sufficiency because it keeps us disconnected from the one source of power that it truly fears. True strength, the kind that endures every storm and outlasts every trial, is not found in human effort. It is found in divine surrender. It is born in the moment we finally acknowledge our own limitations and turn to a power greater than ourselves. It is in the humble admission, I cannot do this alone. This is not a confession of failure. It is the gateway to authentic power. It is the most courageous step you can take, to let go of the need to be in control, to release the pride that tells you to handle everything yourself, and to open your hands to receive a strength that is not your own. Think of the mightiest tree. Its strength comes not from its branches reaching for the sky, but from its roots anchored deep in the earth. In the same way, our spiritual strength comes not from our outward efforts, but from being deeply rooted in the Creator. When we are rooted in Him, we are connected to an inexhaustible source of life, stability, and power. We are no longer drawing from our own shallow well, but from the infinite ocean of His might. This morning, we are choosing to stop the exhausting cycle of self-reliance. We are choosing to admit our need. This is the beginning of our prayer, a prayer not of eloquent words, but of a heart that is open, humble, and ready to receive. Let go of the pressure to be strong. Let go of the fear of being seen as weak, for it is in our acknowledged weakness that His most profound strength is made perfect. Heavenly Father, creator of the cosmos and the intimate architect of my soul, I come before you in the stillness of this new morning. I do not come with a display of my own power, for I have none. I do not come with a list of my accomplishments, for they are fleeting. I come to you as I am, tired, humbled, and in desperate need of you. I come to you with open hands, releasing the pride that has convinced me I can navigate this life on my own. I lay down the heavy burden of self-reliance at your feet. For too long, I have tried to be the master of my own fate, the captain of my own ship, only to find myself tossed and turned by storms I cannot control, exhausted from rowing against currents that are too strong for me. This morning, I surrender. I surrender my plans, my timelines, and my expectations. I release my grip on the outcomes I have been trying so desperately to force into existence. I acknowledge that your ways are higher than my ways, and your thoughts are higher than my thoughts. I choose to trust your sovereignty over my striving. I surrender my fears, the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, the fear of not being enough. These fears have been my cruel companions, whispering lies in the dark and stealing the peace you have promised me. I surrender them all to you, the one whose perfect love casts out all fear. I exchange my anxiety for your peace, my uncertainty for your guidance. Lord, I surrender my weaknesses. I lay before you my impatience, my frustration, my moments of doubt, and my tendency to worry. I give you the parts of my character that I have tried to hide or fix on my own, and I ask you to transform them. I surrender the physical exhaustion that settles deep in my bones and the emotional weariness that clouds my heart. I cannot carry these weights any longer. I was never meant to. Your word promises that your yoke is easy and your burden is light. Today, I take you at your word. I release my heavy burdens and take up the light and life-giving yoke of trusting in you. I surrender the battles that I am facing, the battle in my mind, the battle in my circumstances, the battle for my family, the battle for my future. I have fought them with my own limited understanding and my own failing strength. Now I declare that these are not my battles to fight. They are yours. I step back and let you, the commander of heaven's armies, fight on my behalf. I will be still and know that you are my defender, my vindicator, and my ever-present help in times of trouble. Father, this act of surrender is my first act of worship today. It is my declaration of dependence on you. I am letting go so that you can take hold. I am stepping aside so that you can lead the way. I am emptying myself of me so that I can be filled with you. My strength has failed me, but you never fail. My wisdom has been insufficient, but yours is infinite. My power has reached its end, but yours is just beginning. In this moment of holy surrender, I continue to pour out all that weakens me, holding nothing back from your loving and transformative gaze. Father, I release to you the persistent anxiety that coils in my stomach and tightens my chest. I release the endless loop of what-ifs that plagues my mind and steals my joy. I give you the catastrophic scenarios I imagine and the future I try to control out of fear. I confess that I have allowed worry to become a form of worship, giving it my time, my energy, and my focus. Today I dethrone worry and I enthrone you, the Prince of Peace, in my mind and in my heart. I release the weight of past failures and regrets. I give you the memory of my mistakes, the shame that clings to me, and the inner voice that condemns me. Your word declares that there is now no condemnation for those who are in you. I choose to believe this truth over the lies of the adversary. I release the need to punish myself for what you have already forgiven. Wash me clean, Lord. Heal the wounds of the past and help me to walk forward in the freedom of your grace, not in the prison of my regret. I release the crushing weight of other people's expectations. I give you the pressure I feel to perform, to please, and to measure up to standards that you never set for me. I release the fear of disapproval and the sting of criticism. My identity is not found in the opinions of others. It is found in the fact that I am your beloved child. Anchor me in this truth, Lord. Let your acceptance be the only approval I seek. Let your voice be the only one I strive to obey. I release the bitterness and unforgiveness that have taken root in my heart. I give you the pain caused by those who have hurt me, the betrayals that have wounded me, and the injustices that have angered me. I confess that holding on to this poison is only harming me, creating a wall between my heart and yours. It is a heavy burden and I choose to lay it down. Give me the supernatural strength to forgive as you have forgiven me. Heal my heart, Lord, and free me from the bondage of resentment. I release my physical ailments and my weariness. I give you the chronic pain, the persistent fatigue, the sickness that weakens my body, and the worry that accompanies it. You are the great physician, the one who knit me together in my mother's womb. I ask for your healing touch to flow through my body. But even if my physical circumstances do not change, I ask for the spiritual strength to endure with grace, the courage to face each day with hope, and the peace that transcends my physical condition. Lord, I pour out all of this before you, the fear, the regret, the pressure, the bitterness, the pain. I hold nothing back. I am emptying my vessel of all this darkness, all this weight, all this weakness. I am making room. I am creating space. I stand before you now, empty and open, ready for the divine exchange. I have given you my burdens. Now I am ready to receive your strength. Having emptied myself of all that drains and diminishes me, I now stand before you, O Lord, in holy expectation. I have poured out my weakness at your feet. And now, with an open and believing heart, I ask you to fill me. This is the divine exchange I have longed for, the miracle of your grace. I ask you, Father, to pour your supernatural strength into the very core of my being. Let it flow like a mighty river into the dry and weary places of my soul. Where I am weak, I ask you to be strong. Where I am exhausted, I ask you to be my energy. Where I am faltering, I ask you to be my stability. I am not asking for a temporary fix or a fleeting feeling of courage. I am asking for an impartation of your enduring, unshakable, and eternal strength. Clothe me in your might, Lord. Just as a soldier puts on armor for battle, I ask you to dress me in your divine power. Let your strength be the armor that guards my heart against discouragement, the helmet that protects my mind from the lies of the enemy, and the shield that extinguishes every fiery arrow of doubt and fear. Let me not walk out into this day in my own fragile skin, but in the mighty protective covering of your power. Let every fiber of my being be saturated with the knowledge that I am not operating alone, but as a vessel for the power of the Almighty. I receive your strength as a holy fire. Let it burn away the residue of fear and insecurity. Let it ignite a passion for your purposes and a boldness to walk in your calling. When I am tempted to shrink back, let this fire within me rise up and propel me forward. When I face opposition, let this fire be a consuming force against which no adversarial power can stand. May my life be a testament not to my own spark, but to the unquenchable flame of your spirit dwelling within me. I receive your strength as a deep and solid anchor for my soul. In the turbulent waters of this life, when the winds of adversity blow and the waves of circumstance crash against me, Hold me fast. Let your strength be the unmovable weight that keeps me from being tossed about by anxiety, panic, or despair. While the world around me may be in chaos, let my spirit remain steadfast and secure, anchored in the bedrock of your unchanging character and your unfailing promises. I receive your strength as a fortress. Let me dwell in you, my strong tower, my refuge in times of trouble. When the enemy lays siege to my peace, when attacks come from unexpected places, let me run to you and be safe. Let the walls of your strength surround me, creating a divine sanctuary where no harm can penetrate, no lie can take root, and no fear can reside. Inside your fortress, I am protected, I am secure, and I am at peace, regardless of the battle raging outside. Father, I accept this divine exchange. I give you my emptiness, and I receive your fullness. I give you my inability, and I receive your omnipotence. I give you my fragile heart, and I receive your lion-like courage. Thank you for this incredible gift. Thank you that my strength for this day does not depend on me. I now declare by faith that I'm strong in you, Lord, and in the power of your might. With this divine strength now filling me, I specifically direct its power to the battlefield of my mind. Father, I pray for your strength to permeate my every thought, transforming my mental landscape from a place of chaos to a sanctuary of peace. I declare that my mind is no longer a playground for the adversary, but it is consecrated ground belonging wholly to you. I ask for the strength of a sound mind, a mind that is disciplined, focused, and steadfast. Guard the gates of my thoughts, Lord. Station your angelic protectors at the entrance of my mind, and let them deny access to any thought that does not align with your truth. I reject the spirit of confusion. I reject the mental fog that clouds my judgment and makes decisions feel impossible. I command every scattered, frantic, and anxious thought to be still in the name of the Prince of Peace. I ask you to release a river of clarity into my mind. Let your divine wisdom flow through me, bringing order to chaos, insight to complex problems, and discernment to every choice I must make today. Help me to think with your mind, to see situations from your eternal perspective, and to make choices that honor you and align with your perfect will. I ask for the strength to take every thought captive. Your word is my authority, and it teaches me to demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of you. Today, I choose to be a diligent warrior in my mind. When a thought of fear arises, I will capture it and replace it with the truth of your promise that you are with me. When a thought of inadequacy whispers that I am not enough, I will capture it and replace it with the truth that I can do all things through you who gives me strength. When a thought of hopelessness tries to convince me that my situation will never change, I will capture it and replace it with the truth that you are a way maker, a miracle worker, and that nothing is impossible for you. This is not a passive hope. This is an active battle, and you have given me the weapons I need. Your word is the sword of the Spirit, and today I will wield it with strength and authority in my mind. Lord, I ask for the strength of focus. The world is filled with distractions designed to pull my attention away from what truly matters. Social media, news cycles, meaningless worries, and urgent but unimportant tasks all clamor for my mental energy. I ask for the strength to silence this noise and to fix my mind on what is true, what is noble, what is right, what is pure, what is lovely, and what is admirable. Help me to focus my thoughts on you. Let my mind dwell on your goodness, your faithfulness, and your love. As I center my thoughts on you, your promise is that you will keep me in perfect peace. I claim that peace now. Let it be a garrison around my mind, protecting me from the turmoil of the world. Father, thank you for this mental fortitude. I am no longer a slave to my runaway thoughts or a victim of anxiety. By the power of your strength, my mind is becoming a place of clarity, peace, and unwavering faith. I will face this day not with a mind filled with fear, but with a mind renewed, restored, and fortified by the living God. Now, O Lord, I ask you to pour this divine strength into the deepest chambers of my heart, for it is from the heart that the well springs of life flow. I pray for an emotional fortitude that is not swayed by the shifting sands of circumstance or the unpredictable actions of others. Give me a heart that is strong and courageous, tender and compassionate, resilient and steadfast, all because it is filled with you. I ask for the strength to love unconditionally. It is easy to love those who are kind and who love me in return, but you call me to a higher love, a love that reflects your own heart. Give me the strength to love the difficult, to show grace to the ungrateful, and to pray for those who have wronged me. When my human heart wants to shut down, to build walls, and to withhold affection, empower me with your supernatural love that flows freely, expecting nothing in return. Let your love be the force that breaks down barriers in my relationships and brings healing to broken connections. Let my heart be a conduit for your divine love today. I ask for the strength to forgive. Lord, you know the wounds I carry. You see the places in my heart that are bruised by betrayal and scarred by pain. The human response is to hold on to bitterness, to nurture resentment, and to seek justice on my own terms. But this path only leads to a prison of my own making. I ask for the divine strength to release every offense and every offender into your hands. Help me to tear down the walls of unforgiveness brick by brick. It is a strength I do not possess on my own, so I lean entirely on you. Heal the wounds they caused and free my heart from the heavy chains of the past. Let me walk in the liberating power of a heart that is quick to forgive because it is keenly aware of how much it has been forgiven by you. I ask for the strength to be resilient in the face of disappointment. This life is filled with moments when my hopes are dashed, my plans fall apart, and my expectations are not met. The temptation is to sink into despair, to become cynical, or to allow my heart to become hard. But I pray for a resilient heart, a heart that can absorb the blows of disappointment, yet remain soft and hopeful. Give me the strength to trust your sovereignty even when I don't understand your methods. Help me to see every closed door as your divine protection and every setback as a setup for a greater comeback. Let my heart bounce back from discouragement, not with naive optimism, but with a rugged, battle-tested faith in your ultimate goodness. I ask for a heart of unshakable peace. Guard my heart, Lord, from the emotional turmoil that the world creates. When chaos erupts around me, let my heart remain a quiet center of your peace. When bad news comes, let my pulse remain steady because my trust is in you. When others are panicking, let me be a non-anxious presence, a beacon of your calm assurance. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding, and I receive it now as a shield for my heart. Father, fortify my heart today. Make it a fortress of your love, a sanctuary of your peace, and a fountain of your compassion. Let it not be easily offended, quickly angered, or prone to despair. Let it be strong, resilient, and full of grace, a true reflection of the very heart of God. With this divine strength animating my mind and heart, I now consciously and prayerfully put on the spiritual armor that you have provided, preparing myself for whatever this day may hold. I am no longer stepping into the world unprotected and vulnerable. I am marching forward as a well-equipped soldier of the light, clad in the very might of God. I put on the helmet of salvation to guard my mind. This helmet is my confident assurance that I belong to you, that my eternal destiny is secure in your hands. It protects my thoughts from the debilitating lies of the enemy that whisper I am worthless, forgotten, or condemned. With this helmet firmly in place, I deflect accusations, reject fear, and stand in the triumphant knowledge that I am a child of the King. The doubts that used to plague my mind now glance off this impenetrable defense. My thoughts are no longer a battlefield of anxiety, but a fortress of peace, guarded by the reality of my salvation. I put on the breastplate of righteousness to guard my heart. This is not my own righteousness, which is as flimsy as rags, but your perfect righteousness, which has been gifted to me through faith. This breastplate protects my heart, my emotions, my affections, and my will from the wounds of sin, bitterness, and accusation. It shields me from the lies that I am defined by my past mistakes. When the enemy tries to strike at my core, to fill me with shame or to tempt me toward impurity, he hits the solid, unyielding righteousness of God himself. My heart is secure, not because of my perfection, but because of my position in you. I fasten the belt of truth around my waist. This belt holds everything together. It is the core of my defense, the unshakable reality of your word. In a world of shifting opinions, moral relativism, and outright deception, your truth is my absolute standard. It is my plumb line, my anchor, my reality. With this belt, I am stabilized and prepared for action. It gives me integrity and prevents me from being tripped up by the enemy's schemes. I will not be swayed by appealing lies or popular falsehoods, because I am girded with the eternal, unchanging truth of who you are and what you have spoken. I put on the shoes of the gospel of peace for my feet. These shoes make me ready, willing, and able to stand firm in the face of conflict and to carry your message of peace wherever I go. They give me solid footing on treacherous ground. When life becomes chaotic and circumstances threaten to knock me off balance, these shoes anchor me. They also prepare me to move, to step into difficult situations, not as an agent of chaos, but as an ambassador of your reconciliation and peace. I will walk with confidence and purpose, leaving a trail of your grace. I take up the shield of faith in my hand. This shield is my active trust in you and your promises. It is not a small personal shield, but a large, interlocking shield that can protect my entire being. I lift it up to extinguish every single flaming arrow the enemy fires at me. Arrows of doubt, fear, discouragement, temptation, and despair. These arrows may fly, but they will not reach me. My faith in you is the all-encompassing defense that neutralizes every attack before it can do harm. And I take up the sword of the Spirit, which is your word. This is my only offensive weapon. I will not fight with human anger, manipulation, or clever arguments. I will fight with the living, active, and powerful word of God. I will speak your promises over my fears. I will declare your truth over the enemy's lies. I will use your scriptures to tear down strongholds and to blaze a path of victory through this day. Lord, thank you for this divine armor. I am fully clothed, fully protected, and fully prepared. I will not fear what this day holds, for I do not face it alone or unequipped. I face it in the full strength and complete armor of the living God. And now, Father, I pray for your strength to fortify the deepest part of me, my spirit. For while my mind may be clear and my heart may be calm, it is my spirit that must connect with you, the source of all life. It is my spirit that must anchor my entire being in the eternal, unseen realm. I ask you to breathe your life-giving breath, your ruach, into my spirit this morning, awakening it, reviving it, and making it powerfully alive in you. I ask for the strength of unwavering faith. There will be moments today and in the days to come when my circumstances will scream the opposite of your promises. My bank account may cry lack, my body may cry sickness, and the news may cry fear and despair. In these moments, I pray for a spirit so strong in faith that it believes your report above all others. Give me the spiritual fortitude to stand on your word, even when everything I see with my physical eyes contradicts it. Let my spirit rise up and declare, I will not be moved. My God is faithful. His promises are true, and he is working all things together for my good. Let my faith not be a fragile wish, but a rugged, unshakable conviction rooted deep within my spirit. I ask for the strength of spiritual discernment. The world is filled with competing voices and deceptive philosophies. The adversary is a master of disguise, often presenting lies that look like truth. I pray for a spirit that is so attuned to your voice that it can instantly recognize a counterfeit. Give me the spiritual strength to test every spirit, to weigh every teaching against the truth of your word, and to reject anything that would lead me away from you. Let my spirit be my internal compass, always pointing true north toward you, so that I am not deceived by popular opinion, cultural trends, or appealing but empty ideologies. I ask for the strength to persevere in prayer and worship. There are times when my spirit feels dry, when prayer feels like a duty, and when worship is the last thing I feel like doing. In those moments of spiritual barrenness, I ask for your strength to carry me. Give me a spirit that will praise you even when I don't feel like it, knowing that my praise is not based on my feelings, but on your unchanging worthiness. Give me a spirit that will press into prayer even when the heavens feel silent, trusting that you are always listening and that my prayers are powerful and effective. Do not let my spiritual life be dictated by my fleeting emotions, but by a spirit that is strengthened with divine resolve. I ask for the strength to live with an eternal perspective. My spirit knows that this world is not my final home. It longs for eternity with you. I pray for the spiritual strength to live each day in light of that eternal reality. When I am tempted to become overly attached to the temporary pleasures or overly distressed by the temporary troubles of this world, let my spirit remind me of the glorious weight of eternity. This perspective gives me strength to endure hardship, to invest in what truly lasts, and to live with a sense of urgent purpose. Father, strengthen my spirit. Let it be the unshakable core of my being, the source of my connection to you. May it be so filled with your power that it influences my mind, guides my heart, and directs my body. Today, I am not just a physical being going through a physical day. I am a spiritual being empowered by the Spirit of the living God, and I will walk in that spiritual strength from this moment forward. This armor of strength is not just for the mountaintop moments of life. It is forged for the valley. It is in the darkest, most difficult seasons that the reality of your strength becomes most tangible. So, Father, I acknowledge that this strength you have given me is for the trials I am facing now and for the trials that are yet to come. I ask for the strength to walk through the valley of the shadow of death and to fear no evil. You did not promise a life without valleys. You did not promise a path devoid of shadows, loss, or pain, but you did promise that you would be with me in the midst of it all. Your presence is the light that banishes the terror of the darkness. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Your strength is not the absence of trouble, but the assurance of your presence within the trouble. Give me the strength to simply put one foot in front of the other when the path is steep and my heart is heavy. When I lack the energy to run, give me the strength to walk. When I lack the strength to walk, give me the strength to crawl. And when I lack the strength to crawl, give me the strength to simply hold on, knowing that you are holding on to me. This is the strength of endurance, the quiet, rugged power of perseverance that refuses to give up, not because of willpower, but because of a deep-seated trust in your faithfulness. I remember the story of your servant who was sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and left to languish in a dungeon for years. From the world's perspective, his life was a tragic failure. But in that valley of betrayal and injustice, you were forging his character, preparing him for a palace he could not yet see. You gave him the strength not just to survive, but to maintain his integrity, to serve with excellence even in his humiliation, and to continue to trust in your unseen plan. Lord, give me that kind of strength, the strength to believe in your purpose even when my circumstances look like a prison. Give me the strength to honor you in the valley so that you can entrust me with the mountaintop. I remember the story of the 3 young men who faced a fiery furnace. Their declaration was not one of naive certainty, but of profound, valley-tested strength. They said that they knew you were able to save them, but even if you did not, they would not bow. Lord, give me that even if strength. The strength to trust your goodness even if you don't remove the trial. The strength to worship you even if the healing doesn't come. The strength to serve you even if the breakthrough is delayed. That is the strength that silences the enemy and glorifies your name more than any easy victory ever could. The valley is where my faith grows deep roots. It is where I learn that you are my only true source of hope. It is where I discover that your grace is truly sufficient. The shadows are where I learn to navigate by the light of your presence alone. So while I do not seek out the valley, I will not fear it. I will not despise it. For I know that it is in these very places of testing that your strength is perfected in my weakness. You are the God of the hills and you are the God of the valleys. You are with me on the summit and you are with me in the depths. Today, Whatever valley I must walk through, I will walk in your strength, confident that you are leading me through to the other side. As I stand here, clothed in your armor and strengthened for the valley, I will not let the enemy erase the memory of your faithfulness. Faith for the future is built upon the remembrance of your goodness in the past. So now, Lord, I take a moment to build a memorial in my heart. I will engage in the powerful act of testimony, reminding myself of the countless times you have been my strength before, so that my spirit can be fully convinced that you will be my strength again today. I remember the times when my heart was shattered by loss and I thought the pain would consume me. I felt as though I was drowning in an ocean of grief. I had no strength to even pray. But in the silence, you were there. You were the strength that held my broken pieces together. You were the presence that sat with me in the darkness. You sent people to comfort me. You gave me glimmers of hope when all was bleak, and you slowly, gently healed my heart. You carried me then, and I declare that you will carry me now. I remember the times when I faced a financial crisis that seemed impossible to overcome. The bills were piling up, the resources had run out, and fear was my constant companion. I had no strength, no wisdom, no solution. But you, my provider, made a way where there was no way. You opened doors I could not have opened. You prompted the generosity of others. You provided for my needs in ways that were nothing short of miraculous. You were my strength in that season of lack. And I declare that you are my strength in any uncertainty I face today. I remember the times when I stood at a crossroads, paralyzed by indecision and confusion. The path forward was foggy, and I was terrified of making the wrong choice. I had no strength to move, but I cried out to you for wisdom, and you answered. You gave me a sense of peace about one path. You closed the door on another. You guided my steps with a gentle hand. You were my clarity and my guide when I was lost, and I declare that you will be my wisdom and my direction today. I remember the times when I was betrayed, slandered, or misunderstood. The pain was immense, and my only strength was the strength to lash out in anger or shrink back in shame. But you gave me a supernatural strength to forgive, to hold my peace, and to trust you as my vindicator. You healed my reputation. You restored what was lost. And you turned what the enemy meant for evil into something good. You were my defender then, and I declare that you are my defender now. These memories are not just nostalgic reflections. They are stones of remembrance. They are proof of your character. They are evidence of your unfailing love and your limitless power. The God who moved on my behalf yesterday is the same God who is with me today, and the same God who will go before me into tomorrow. He does not change. His strength does not diminish. His faithfulness does not expire. Therefore, my hope is not a fragile wish. It is a confident expectation based on a history of your mighty acts in my life. The adversary wants me to have amnesia. He wants me to forget your past victories so I will doubt your present power. But today, I refuse. I will remember. I will testify. I will declare your goodness. And with a heart full of gratitude and a faith fortified by experience, I will face this day, not wondering if you will be with me, but knowing that you are. On the foundation of who you are and what you have already done, I move from a posture of asking to a posture of declaring. My prayer now becomes a proclamation of faith, a series of bold and authoritative declarations that align my entire being with your truth and your power. I am no longer a victim of my circumstances. I am a victor through your strength. I declare in the face of all weariness and exhaustion that I am not weak. My strength may falter, but I am strong in you, Lord, and in the power of your might. My sufficiency is not in myself. It is in you. Therefore, I can face any task, any challenge, and any demand this day places upon me, not with a sigh of resignation, but with a roar of confidence in the one who strengthens me. I declare that I am not alone. Though I may feel isolated, though I may walk through moments of loneliness, the truth is that you are with me. You are before me, behind me, beside me, and within me. I am surrounded by your presence. I am never abandoned, never forsaken, and never forgotten. I walk this day with the unshakable confidence of one who is constantly accompanied by the King of the universe. I declare that I am not fearful. Though the world may be filled with reasons to be afraid, I will not bow to the spirit of fear, for you have not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. I reject anxiety. I reject worry. First, reject terror. I choose to operate in the divine power, unconditional love, and mental clarity that you have given me. Fear has no authority in my life. Perfect love has cast it out. I declare that I am not confused, though my situation may be complex and the future uncertain. I am not without guidance. The Spirit of truth dwells within me. He is my counselor, my guide, and my source of wisdom. I have access to the mind of the Creator. Therefore, I declare that I walk in clarity, I make wise decisions, and I have a supernatural discernment to know right from wrong, and your path from all others. Confusion has no place in me. I declare that I am not defeated. My past does not define me. My mistakes do not disqualify me, and my current struggles do not determine my destiny. I am more than a conqueror through you who loves me. Every obstacle is an opportunity for your strength to be displayed. Every attack is a setup for a victory. I am seated with you in heavenly places, looking down on my challenges from a position of triumph, not looking up at them from a position of defeat. I declare that I am not subject to the chaos of this world. While the world may spin in turmoil, my soul is anchored in your peace. I am in this world, but I am not of it. My inner state is not dictated by my outer circumstances. I carry a portable sanctuary of peace within me, and no storm, no crisis, and no emergency can disturb the calm that you have placed in my heart. I declare that I am not without purpose. I was created by you and for you. This day is not an accident, it is an assignment. You have work for me to do, people for me to love, and a purpose for me to fulfill. I will walk through this day with intentionality, knowing that my life has profound, eternal significance. My strength is renewed because my purpose is clear. These are not empty words. These are declarations of eternal truth. I am speaking them into the atmosphere. I am aligning my soul with their reality, and I am serving notice to every force of darkness that I know who I am. I know whose I am, and I will walk in the power of that identity all day long. With my identity secured and my spirit fortified, I now release this divine strength into every practical area of my day. This power is not meant to be contained as an internal feeling. It is meant to flow out of me, transforming my actions, my words, and my impact on the world around me. Lord, I ask that you let this strength flow into my work. Whether my work is in an office, in a home, in a school, or in a field, let me perform it with a spirit of excellence and integrity. Give me the strength to be diligent when tasks are tedious. Give me the creative strength to solve difficult problems. Give me the relational strength to deal with challenging colleagues or clients with grace and patience. Let the work of my hands not be a source of stress, but a platform for your glory. May people see the quality of my work and the character with which I perform it, and know that my strength comes from a higher source. I release this strength into my relationships. Give me the strength to be a source of encouragement, not criticism. Give me the strength to listen more than I speak. Give me the strength to be a peacemaker in the midst of conflict. In my family, give me the strength to be patient, loving, and quick to forgive. With my friends, give me the strength to be loyal, supportive, and present. With strangers, give me the strength to be kind and compassionate. Let my every interaction be infused with your power, building others up and reflecting your love to a world that desperately needs it. I release this strength into my responsibilities. The errands, the chores, the caregiving, the endless to-do list, these are the places where weariness often sets in. I ask for the physical strength to accomplish what needs to be done without becoming overwhelmed. I ask for the mental strength to manage my time and resources wisely. Let me approach these duties not as burdens, but as acts of stewardship and service. perform with a joyful and energetic heart because I am empowered by you. I release this strength into the unexpected moments of my day. I know that there will be interruptions, frustrations, and challenges that are not on my schedule. When these moments arise, I pray for the strength to respond, not with irritation, but with flexibility and grace. Give me the strength to see these divine interruptions as opportunities. Perhaps it is an opportunity to help someone, to practice patience, or to lean more heavily on you. Let me not be so rigid in my plans that I miss your purpose unfolding in the unplanned moments of my day. I release this strength into my words. My tongue has the power of life and death. I pray for the strength to use it wisely. Give me the strength to hold my tongue when I am tempted to speak in anger. Give me the strength to speak truth with love. Give me the strength to offer a word of encouragement to someone who is struggling. Let my speech be seasoned with grace, free from gossip, complaining, and negativity. May the words that come from my mouth today be a source of life, healing, and hope to all who hear them. Father, let every part of my day be a demonstration of your power working through me. From the most mundane task to the most significant decision, let your strength be evident. I am your vessel. Use me today. Let my life be a living, breathing testimony to the fact that when a person is filled with the strength of God, it changes everything about how they walk through the world. As this prayer draws to a close, my heart rests in the profound and comforting truth about the nature of your strength. It is not a finite resource that I must use sparingly, afraid it will run out by midday. It is not a battery that starts full and slowly drains. Your strength, O Lord, is an infinite artesian well, bubbling up from the eternal depths of who you are. The more I draw from it, the more it flows. It is an inexhaustible source, and this knowledge fills me with an unshakable security. Your strength is not dependent on my circumstances. It does not wane when a crisis hits or increase when life is easy. It is constant. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever, and therefore your power is always available in its full measure. It is a mighty river that flows with the same force on the darkest night as it does on the brightest day. My access to it is not determined by the weather of my life, but by the posture of my heart, a heart that chooses to continuously draw from its life-giving current. Thank you that your strength is not a one-time gift. It is a moment-by-moment communion. It is the very presence of your spirit dwelling within me. This means I do not have to rely on the feeling of strength I had this morning. At any point in this day, when I feel weakness creeping in, I can simply turn my heart to you and draw afresh. When I face an unexpected challenge at noon, your strength is there. When I'm exhausted by late afternoon, your strength is there. When I am battling fear in the middle of the night, your strength is there. You are a never-failing, ever-present source of power and help. Your strength is made perfect in my weakness. This is the divine paradox that changes everything. The world tells me to hide my weakness, to deny it, to be ashamed of it. But you invite me to bring my weakness to you because it is the very thing that unlocks the greatest manifestation of your power in my life. My weaknesses are not liabilities. They are opportunities for your glory to be displayed. When I am weak in patience, your strength can manifest as supernatural long-suffering. When I am weak in courage, your strength can manifest as divine boldness. Therefore, I will no longer despise my weaknesses. I will see them as the platforms upon which your magnificent strength can be demonstrated to the world. And so, I walk into this day not with the fragile confidence of a person who feels strong, but with the deep, abiding confidence of a person who is connected to the source of all strength. My confidence is not in myself, it is in you. My hope is not in my ability to endure, it is in your ability to sustain me. My peace does not come from the absence of problems, but from the presence of your power within them. This is a strength that cannot be broken, a strength that cannot be defeated, and a strength that will never, ever run out. Thank you, Father, for this incredible life-altering truth. I rest in it. I trust in it. I build my life upon it. You are my strength today and always. And so, my dear friend, as we conclude this time of prayer, let us receive this final blessing. May you walk out into this day not as the person who woke up an hour ago, weary, burdened, and overwhelmed. May you walk forward as who you truly are now, a child of the Most High God, infused with divine strength, clothed in spiritual armor, and filled with an unshakable peace. Go forth from this moment and walk differently. Walk with your head held high, not in arrogance, but in the quiet confidence of one who knows they are not alone. Walk with a steady pace, not in a frantic rush, because your spirit is anchored in the eternal, not tossed about by the temporary. Walk with a gentle smile, not because life is perfect, but because your God is faithful. May the strength of God be your fuel when you feel empty. May it be your courage when you feel afraid. May it be your backbone when you are tempted to compromise. May it be your perseverance when you want to give up. May you feel it rising up within you at the very moment you need it most, surprising you with a power you did not know you possessed. May the peace of God, which transcends all human understanding, guard your heart and your mind today. When the chaos of the world swirls around you, may you remain a calm and unshakable center. When anxious thoughts try to invade your mind, may this supernatural peace be a fortress that they cannot penetrate. May you be a non-anxious presence in a frantic world, bringing a sense of calm and hope to every person you meet. May the love of God flow through you with a strength of its own. May you have the emotional fortitude to be kind when others are not, to forgive when it is undeserved, and to love your neighbor as yourself. May your heart be protected from bitterness and offense, and may you be a conduit of His grace and compassion to everyone in your sphere of influence. Remember, the battle for your day was won in these quiet moments of prayer. You have already surrendered your weakness and received His strength. You have already armed yourself for whatever may come. The enemy's primary strategy was to defeat you before you began, but you have already claimed victory. Now all that is left is to walk in that victory. Do not be surprised when you handle a difficult situation with unexpected grace. That is His strength. Do not be surprised when you have clarity in a confusing moment. That is His strength. Do not be surprised when you feel peace in the midst of a storm. That is His strength. Live this day in a state of holy awareness, noticing the evidence of His power at work in and through you. And tonight, when you lay your head down to rest, you will do so not as one who was depleted by the day, but as one who was sustained by the Almighty. Go in faith, go in peace, go in the mighty, unceasing, and all-sufficient strength of the living God. Amen.